to share a video about how I use tarot for myself to help me to understand what's going on in my life and to make the best decisions possible. This is a spread I might do daily, weekly, monthly, and it's probably the most regular way I read tarot for myself. So I've already shuffled my deck, and the question I'm asking is to reflect how my life is right now. What's going on in the bigger picture? No specific area, no specific title, just a reflection of where I am now. So the first card is the Five of Swords. I may take quite an optimistic view on this card much of the time, but actually, to be honest, there is a lot of arguments going on with my ex-husband and myself, my ex-husband and my children. We're currently separated, and I would say that arguments probably sums up a lot of my life right now. So I'm going to take that at its more face value. Ten of Pentacles, to me that is the structure of the family, the structure of the community, financial stability. If the Ten of Cups is the emotions of a family, then the Ten of Pentacles tends to be the day-to-day living of the family, the more physical side of family life. And yes, we are adapting to running life as a single parent family, and a lot of my time is spent doing housework, gardening, accounts, cooking, shopping, etc. So that really resonates with me, and this is why I love tarot. The cards never cease to amaze me. The Four of Swords. So if the Three of Swords, which we have up here, represent heartbreak, sadness, grief, then the Four of Swords is very much about processing the pain, so that with the Ace of Swords down here, you can incorporate the pain, learn from it, and have a new way of thinking. The Four of Swords is also rest. That's definitely something I'm going to be trying to do from now on. The reason that whether I'm reading for a client or reading for myself, I almost always start with where am I now, is it allows me to check in that the cards are accurately reflecting. With a client, this allows the client to go, yes, you're right. And with me, it allows me to think, yes, I'm being realistic about where I am. The cards are backing that up. Card at the bottom of the pack, it's always important to notice that. Ace of Pentacles. This has been going on for over a year now. It would be nice to think there's a new beginning coming. It would be nice to think there's a new stage coming. It would be nice to think that it's enjoyable as well. So I'm going to put this back at the bottom of the pack. Now, what I like to do is and if I'm reading for a client, or normally if I'm reading for myself, I might take a little bit longer over that, really reflect on it. I acknowledge that. I accept all of that is true. It's a very accurate reflection. I am reshuffling the rest of the deck. Okay, I've now changed my future, even if it's just a teeny tiny bit, by being more self-aware of where I am now. And I'm now going to do another 3 cards for advice. Okay, how should I best move forward? I'm really looking at a sort of a this week, the rest of this month kind of a spread, 1 to 2 weeks maximum. My life is changing so rapidly right now. That feels about right. So I've shuffled. I'm cutting the deck because that's how I like to work. Just shuffle and cut however works for you. 3 cards for advice. The Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords, I don't read reverses. So every card can be both a blessing and a warning in the same sort of spread, if you like. For me, the blessing of that card, the advice of that card, which is what I asked for, is to have a clear goal. This is his goal. To me, the swords represent our mind, our spoken word. But then when we look at that card, the poor knight, notice his horse, exhaustion, overdoing it, going too fast, going too quickly. I've already acknowledged, so I'm knocking the stand here, with the Four of Swords there, that I need to rest more. So it's in a tarot reading, it's the story between the cards where the real fascinating detail comes to light. I need to see what the other 2 are. I need to see the card at the bottom of the pack. But to me, that's actually saying to rein it in a bit, to slow down a bit, to calm down my pace a bit for the rest of this month. And there we go. doing too much. So to me, with the Knight of Swords, the card before was something I acknowledged was rest, and now the card after is too much. So now we can really see that the advice here is to slow down a bit, to rein that pace in a bit. I get that. And now we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is about stability. We're now getting a link to the Knight of Wands, because I often think with the Four of Pentacles, yes, it's about stability. It has to be about boundaries. It's a 4, but it's about connecting. The pentacle on his crown is about connecting intuitively to a goal. I always think the pentacle around his heart is about having an emotional connection to his goal. Pentacle under each foot, making it happen. To me, the advice is to be more clear about what I'm trying to achieve and to not try and achieve it all at once, which is good advice, because on a typical day I might be up painting the bathroom or the kitchen at 6 in the morning, working with clients most of the day, and then doing chores and spending time with kids in the afternoon, evening. So yeah, reining in probably helps. Card at the bottom of the pack, quite happy with that. 3 of Cups, so that's friendship. I am very grateful. I have an amazing support network around me. I have really amazing friends, and even in lockdown, I'm still lockdown restrictions. We are still allowed to socialise, but I do tend to prioritise work and housework over friends. So the advice, and I specifically said for the rest of September, is to take it a little bit more easy, rest a bit more, and spend more time with friends. So you can see how a story is building up. And I know this is about my life, but what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the technique of how I read, so you can then apply it to you. So I am shuffling again. I am leaving those 6 cards out. Now I'm looking at possible outcome. I say possible outcome because I don't believe the future's fixed. Okay, I believe that there are patterns and trends that it's hard to shake off. I believe there are set points in time that, are there. But how we navigate the smaller details of the future, I think, is really up to us. So I'm acknowledging that. That's good advice. It resonates with me very, very clearly. I've definitely taken on too much. Most likely outcome, possible outcome, I guess I'm looking now at October through to the rest of this year, 2020. Shuffling. And I think what I like about this way of reading is the shuffling between the layers. And I mean, some fascinating things have come up so often, and it hasn't for me, but the card at the bottom of the pack will be the same for 2 or even 3 of the layers. Now I'm cutting the deck, so for clients that can be really quite shocking to see the same card come up again. And you're allowing time for you to change your future, because I get this advice line. I get it. It's right. It's true. I'm going to take that on board. I'm going to rest up a little bit more this month. So 3 of Wands, most likely outcome. Obviously, normally I would have the spread more spread out, as it were, but I'm getting it all in shots so you can see it. Brilliant. Love that card. Personally, I think it's one of the most positive cards in the deck. It is a card of being on sure footing, on sound ground. Notice how now we've gone from sort of the 10 and the 4, very sound cards, very strong, stable cards. In the advice cards, we've got one stable, strong card saying that I need to maintain that and maybe let go of the too much. And for the rest this year, being on firm footing, feeling secure, feeling confident, feeling happy. I could do with some of that. 8 of Cups. I mean, to me, the 8 of Cups is looking at life from a different perspective. I know a lot of readers will say this is moving on. It can be, but the eclipse here and the moving to higher ground, to me, this is about different perspectives. And I at the moment, I feel very much like the Knight of Swords and the 10 of Wands, that I am surviving. I am very much hoping that by the end of this year, I will feel like I am thriving. So let's hope by the end of this year, I will have moved to a different perspective in my life. That would be good. And well, the world would suggest, yes, the world would suggest that this crazy making, batshit crazy time of my life will be over on an emotional level by the end of this year. Often people ask about timing when they contact me. To me, timing is best put in the spread. And you'll notice that as the spread was unfolding, I started to put timing in. What's going on this week? What should I do for the rest of this month? Where is the most likely outcome by the end of this year? So I put the timing in as I go. Card at the bottom of the pack, Page of Swords. To me, that's a slight warning that I need to stop fighting. Um, we're now getting the links between the knight and the page. Trying to find the right word to express this. It's about, to me, these cards are about totally focusing on goals, or goals, or maybe verbal fighting. Don't forget, verbal fighting can be those voices inside our heads when we're constantly telling ourselves that's not good enough, come on, get on with that. It's about trying to let go of the endless goal setting, the endless mental expectations I have placed on myself, to relax down a bit. I'm also very aware. I try to keep track of the cards at the bottom of the pack. The last card at the bottom of the pack was Three of Cups, which is friendships. The Page of Swords can often be keeping friends a little bit at bay. So to me, this is a card, particularly with the knight there, it's about letting my guard down. That's the word I'm looking for, letting my guard down. So I'm really happy with that. What I'm looking for in a reading is accuracy. Whether I'm reading for a client or whether I'm reading for myself, I am looking for accuracy. The situation feels absolutely right now. The advice is stuff that, to be honest, I'm aware of, and it really resonates. So based on that, I can get some sense of satisfaction that my future prediction has accuracy to it. And that is a demonstration of how I read for myself. I will make sure that there are notes in the box so that you can try this for yourself and try it. It's very simple. Don't forget, I do a lot of reading, so I've whizzed through this super fast. But the key things are, it's situation, advice, most likely outcome. If you don't like the outcome, I mean, hey, I'm happy with mine, but if you don't like the outcome, you really need to take good advice here. You need to take this on board. And you know what? If you do like the outcome, you still need to follow the advice, because the advice is the stepping stone that will get you here. And the other thing with this spread is I shuffle and cut between each of the layers. If you don't cut, then don't. When it comes to shuffling, do what works for you. So I hope that's been helpful. I'm really planning to come back on YouTube a lot more now. It's been a tremendously appalling 12 months. Without doubt, it has been the worst year of my entire life. I have really focused on my children and work. I've been very, very blessed. I've seen a lot of clients through this time. And it's really, to be honest, the client work and the kids have kept me going through very, very dark times. But I hope to be here, and I hope to be sharing more of my videos with you.